I'd like to thank Dr. Kartikeya Sarabhai for inviting me here to meet and speak before all of you, a very, very eminent group of gathering of people involved in education for sustainable development. We have been working in this area for about 25 years, and I'm going to talk about what our experience was and what we have come to realize is absolutely necessary. Because we talk about sustainable development, but none of this is possible if we do not live sustainability. So my talk today is going to be from education to action, changing lifestyles, preparing the teacher and the student for sustainable living. To quote Mahatma Gandhi, earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not for every man's greed. So if we want to make that happen, we have to change our lifestyles. Now, over the years, I think there's enough awareness in this country. The Ministry of Environment's National Environmental Awareness Campaign, thereafter the Supreme Court ruling on making environmental education compulsory, all this has brought about tremendous knowledge, and anybody could get up and tell you what is photosynthesis and why we have to preserve the environment. We have clear objectives, appropriate content, related activities, and whatever is learnt is new. It goes beyond traditional disciplines. There are very colorful resource materials. We also have been involved in bringing out textbooks, both at the national and the state levels. Apart from that, schools use colorful audiovisual aids, various activities, and so on. The syllabus is improved, there are good textbooks, etc. But our students know everything. But learning by rote, which is the Indian system, is easily forgotten. Unfortunately, supplementary reading remains in libraries. There's little time for activities or attitudinal change. And unfortunately, there is no change in values. All this is oriented towards learning. They learn about the environment like they learn maths or physics or anything else. But how does the student become an environmentalist at the end of this exercise? And that is what exercised us. Because the limitations are that the teacher has to achieve set goals, complete the syllabus, and the principal or the management of the school is restrained by time and costs. How many young people know that Vande Mataram, Sujalam Supalam Malayada Sheetalam, it celebrates our environment? How many young people know that? I don't think many adults know that either. Whenever I mention it, even in a group of environmentalists, they say, oh yeah, we never thought about it. Now, on the other hand, we have projects, the project methods where we have investigation and research. We take up a project like what happened in the Nilgiris following the conversion of Shola forests to tea estates, or what happens when forests are overgrazed by cattle. So again, this is very theoretical. They go through the internet, they go through books. Some of the projects have outdoor activities where they learn a code of behavior. It increases knowledge, it increases sensitivity, it increases conceptual awareness, computer modeling, simulation, skills development, etc., etc. But this is again one single project that is time-bound, limited skills development, and the major problem is that the action to implement these solutions is not easy. So what were the constraints? The constraints for the management or the principal of the school is economics, for the teachers the syllabus. The student, EE, environmental education, becomes just one more subject. Then we have been working both in rural and urban areas, and I felt that it's the urban world which is really impinging on the environment, because rural people, for them it's survival, whereas in urban areas we want electricity, we want air conditioning, we want cars, we want petrol, so much more. So we launched this Green Schools of India program, which is based on the curriculum. So it's not a problem for the teachers. It's supervised by the teacher coordinator and it's implemented by the students. The most important thing is that this has to lead to a value system. The ethics of environmental conservation. It has to become a part of the student's lifestyle. He has to change his lifestyle and the student has to implement it. So the students carry out systematic environmental management, improve the standards in their schools. They have to reduce their resource use, and then the curriculum is enriched through practical experience. The student develops personal and social responsibility for the school environment. And this is based on the concept, the ancient Indian concept of the Panchabhutas: earth, air, water, space and fire. Prithvi, Vayu, Apa, Akasha, Agni. And we took up 6 areas specifically: waste reduction and recycling, greening the campus, animal welfare, which come under earth, air pollution, which is air, energy conservation, which is fire, water conservation, which is water. We've left out space. I think young people know more about space than we do. But at the moment, let's just try and get our earth in order. The activities are carried out on a full year regular basis, and it's a hands-on involvement by the students. So the students get a sense of achievement and it creates a change in their attitude and, most important, their lifestyles. Now here I just want to digress a little bit and say that our center, CPR Environmental Education Center, has been involved in the documentation and publication of material on sacred groves, sacred trees, sacred animals, sacred rivers and water bodies, sacred mountains, precincts, gardens of India. And in fact, we have an NVIS website. For those of you who are interested, I'll give it to you later. We are documenting the ecological heritage and traditions of each Indian state, and we've restored over 50 sacred groves in South India alone. So our environmental education involves visits to these groves by teachers, by students. So we set up this questionnaire for environmental auditing, and based on our Indian values, our traditions of conserving the environment, this is a questionnaire which the student carries out right through the year. So for example, take waste reduction and recycling. The students study what is the waste they generate, the current waste management, then they devise their solution. They have to change over to recycled paper or paper made from tree-free sources, frame rules to reduce waste, segregate waste at source, compost and so on. Then you have greening the campus. Because of the time constraint, I'm going to rush through it, where they have to carry it out. Now then they have animal welfare, where they have to find out about ABC, Animal Birth Control Anti-Rabies Program, join an animal welfare group or start a Compassionate Kids or Karuna Club in their schools. Conserve energy, again by monitoring on a monthly basis the amount the school spends on energy. Now this is something they have to do on a regular basis. Water conservation, again they monitor how much. It's very simple because you know what you're spending. So when your spending is reduced, you automatically know that your consumption is reduced. There are other activities like eco-mapping the campus, heritage sites, studying environmental laws and so on. The teacher is given a lot of resource materials, posters are put up in the schools, and this is a win-win situation for everybody. The school cuts down on their costs, so they are very happy, and we give an annual award in each state to the green school. Then we have the teachers who achieve the goals of environmental education without lectures, exams, and something like what Professor Gupta said, that students do it on their own, and we give an annual award for an environmental education teacher. Then the latest awardee is from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the students develop an environmental ethic and value system. They learn by doing, which is a result of a hands-on experience. They become green champs, green ambassadors, compassionate kids, compassionate champs and ambassadors promoting animal welfare. They achieve a lifestyle change, incorporating the goal of sustainable living into their lives. And this is what we want, changing lifestyles, because only a change in lifestyle can lead to sustainable living. Environmental ethics must become a practice and not just theory. Thank you very much.